Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it has been a long time since we've done one of these videos and there's a ton of stuff to cover. First thing we want to do today is talk about the new tow rig, so the new truck and trailer, sort of how we strapped everything down to go to the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, and then maybe how the Dodge did on the trip. So stick around and we'll go through that. Alright, so I'm coming to you now from inside of the Ram 4500 that I mentioned earlier. And this whole entire truck and trailer situation was the result of about 2 weeks of scrambling like crazy, super late nights at the shop, which apparently we're prone to do before every event. But after all that work, actually it turned out pretty well. The truck did well for the most part going out there. The biggest issue we had was it was governed at 70 miles an hour. It was a road service truck in its previous life. So the way I got around that, about 3/4 of the way out there, I realized I could use our Edge juice box to actually change the tire size. So I set the tire size to 26 inches, which threw the speedometer off, but thankfully also threw the governor off. So then we could actually build boost going downhill and not have to wait till we're slowed down going uphill. So it made the truck drive significantly better. So that was good. The other thing that happened on the way is James made the comment, he's like, man, I can't believe how well the truck did on the way out there. So we're like, yeah, you know, you're right. We made it all the way home. We were about 5 miles from the shop at 4:30 on Tuesday morning. And then right then, bam, all the headlights went out, high beams and low beams, everything. Pulled off on the side of the road, only realized this truck doesn't have relays or fuses or anything basic like that. It looks like it uses a BCM, a body control module, to actually control the headlights, which is a bummer since we couldn't fix that on the side of the road. So tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. I have an appointment at the Dodge dealer to see if they can diagnose this thing and actually tell me what's wrong, which it's crazy that you have to go to the dealer to do a headlight repair, but needless to say, that's what we're doing. Then the other issue that was not really a problem but annoying on the way out there, we noticed the truck had a bent wheel before we left. We ordered new wheels and tires. The wheels got here, the tires did not, so we had to leave out on what we already knew was a slightly bent wheel. It wasn't a big deal. It was just a little bit of vibration that my OCD went crazy with all the time, but it didn't really affect anything. So now that we're back here, trucks are all, the Jeeps are unloaded off the trailer is parked, truck's in the shop parking lot. We're going to whip this thing in here and get our new wheels and tires mounted up, and I am really excited to see how that turns out. So let's get that done. So I don't know if he picked up on it or not, but that last sequence was split into a couple of days. So when we were taking the wheels and tires off of the truck, my dad was here in town visiting and he was helping me take the wheel off. So when he pulled the wheel and tire off of the passenger side front, I don't think he was expecting it to be as heavy as it was. The wheel fell and it smashed his finger in between the inside lip of the wheel and the wheel stud. Which you think, oh, that's not too bad, you know, squish the finger. No, like it literally smashed the finger. It was held on by about 1/4 of an inch of skin, basically right past the fingernail. So here's some x-rays. So as you can see at the very tip up there, the bone is broken into a couple of pieces. So they actually had to go in and take the end of his fingertip off. True story, that really happened. So pretty bummed about that. My dad won't be giving any high fives for a while. It'll be like high 4 3/4 or something like that. No, too soon probably. He didn't think that was funny either. Maybe one day, when he watches this video, he'll be like, yeah, that's a funny joke, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Nonetheless, doctor got him all sewn up. It'll be fine. He just won't have a fingernail to cut there for a while, so that process will go a little quicker. Nonetheless, the truck is outside. Sorry, Dad, had to. The truck is outside of the shop now. I'm about to go on the first test drive. I'm really excited about it. I don't really know what to think though, because part of me thinks the ride is going to be worse than it was, since we have 22-inch wheels and somewhat low profile tires. But the ridge grapplers from Idaho are absolutely amazing. So I have really high expectations for the tires, low expectation for the ratio. Well, it definitely still takes a football field to turn this thing, so obviously that didn't get any better. Holy smokes. It's like an immediate improvement on the ride quality. The thing rides like a wagon anyway, but now it rides like a wagon with rubber tires. Man, like a massive difference. So very, very happy with how that turned out. Definitely worth the trouble. So if you guys have a larger dually truck and are considering swapping to 20-inch, 22-inch wheels and tires, if you go with the ridge grappler, I'm confident you'll be happy with it. So anyway, glad that turned out well. I'm really excited to get started on the rest of the truck. So one of the things we'll be doing in a very soon video is building the flatbed for this thing. I'll give you guys a little preview here on the screen. So yeah, don't get too excited. There's still a lot of work to do to make that happen. But the idea is that we have a permanent flatbed that will allow you to install a truck camper. So basically you drop the truck camper onto the flatbed. The truck camper will have all of its own holding tanks and water tank and stuff like that. So that way we could use this vehicle to carry a vehicle out to an event and then set up camp, and possibly even, you know, leave the truck camper there at an event and drive the truck somewhere after you offload it. So anyway, a lot of cool things coming for this truck, and I'm excited to get started on it. So if you guys like this video, please give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe button if you want to see when the rest of these videos come out. And one thing I do want to touch on before I turn off here is I don't want this channel to be all about me trying to sell you guys a product. What I want to do is sort of document our story as a young startup company, and all the things we have to go through to make a success out of that. And where this video comes in is we had to go buy this truck and trailer to get to an event to promote the company. And what I've noticed with this business is it's a bunch of small steps. This being one small step that, you know, in 10 years we'll look back and like, oh man, that truck was a pain in the butt, but it got us to the next step. That got us to the next step. That got us to the next step. So hopefully you guys can follow along as we grow the company and start making a bunch of cool stuff. So we appreciate you watching. Thanks.